So this is the Honda EU2200i. I've had this thing for about 3 years now. I haven't started it in about 6 months, so I'm gonna try to start it right now. There's old gas in here. I didn't do anything. I just turned it off last time I used it. So let's try to start it up. So you just turn the fuel switch on. This is the choke right here. And I usually turn the eco throttle off when I first start it. All right, so let's give it a try. I gotta make sure I have the vent on. All right, so then you just turn the choke off and we're good to go. So that was like what, 7 or 8 pulls after sitting for 6 months. And that's why I went with Honda, because my father actually recommended getting Honda because he has a Honda generator from like the 1980s, and the thing still, you know, runs like new. The other thing you'll probably notice is I'm standing right next to it talking to you, and it's really not that loud. So this is a lot quieter than a lot of other generators that you've probably seen. Now, the secret to turning it off for long-term storage is to use the fuel shutoff. So if you turn this like that, that's gonna turn the fuel shutoff. And if you just let it run like that, it'll use all of the fuel in the carburetor and turn off on its own. And so that's what you wanna do for long-term storage. But for now, I'm just gonna go a little bit further and just do the kill switch like that. So on the front here, you have two 120 volt outlets. So this is a 15 amp circuit. This is the main output that I've used. The reason I got this was to power our refrigerator in emergencies because we had some medications that needed to remain refrigerated. And so it's really important for me to have a reliable generator I could count on for emergencies. But you'll notice it also has a 12 volt output. It looks like there's some sort of special plug. I've honestly never used this before, but this will give you 12 volts for battery charging. It has built-in circuit protection. So if you pop the circuit, you just press this back in and it'll reset. Now the eco throttle is pretty cool. So let me show you that. So let's start it up again. So it starts really easily once you've got it warmed up. But so the eco throttle, when you turn that on, you hear how it brings the throttle down. So because I don't have anything plugged in here right now, the throttle is gonna go down to a low idle. And so it's gonna save gas for you, and then it'll automatically increase the throttle depending on the load of what you have plugged into it. Now, the other thing that's really great about this generator is it's incredibly lightweight. I mean, it's not, I shouldn't say incredibly lightweight. It's still, I don't know how much it weighs, maybe 45, 50 pounds, something like that. But it's light enough for you to be able to just pick it up and move it where you need to go. You can store it in a shed or a garage or a basement, and it's not like this big monstrosity that you have to deal with. All right, so here's the fuel cap at the top. You'll see it actually has a vent. So you can turn this gray piece to off, and so that will close the vent, and then you can turn this open to turn the vent on. So this is great for indoor storage in like a shed or something like that. You don't want the fuel venting. And then inside here, there is a little bit of a strainer to catch big particles. So that'll help your fuel filter last longer. And it does have an automatic, click device so you don't over tighten the fuel cap. This is the service panel on the side here. This is how you change your oil. It tells you a little icon right down here. The back is your exhaust. And right here is a little cap for access to the spark plug. I've never had to service the spark plug yet on this generator. Like I said, I've had it for 3 years now. So here's the information sticker on the side here. But really the secret to the reliability is to use the fuel cutoff whenever you're storing it for long term, because it's gonna clear out all that gas from the bowl in the carburetor, and next time you go to start it, you might have to pull it a few more times like you saw at the beginning of the video, but it's going to start. And that's what's most important with a generator. You want something reliable. So I definitely recommend this generator for its portability and reliability.